Oberdeer.
Okay, so this is the first time I'm seeing this, other than a brief phone call I got about an hour before the city council meeting. So I guess what I'm wondering is what started this, or what are we trying to do here? Well, I'm not doing that. I'm just doing this because I don't understand in my own mind why we're doing this. And there's obviously something going on that I don't know about, and I've only been on this council for not even 4 months yet, I guess. But and I've only had the contact for the last 4 months on a personal basis with the city manager, and I will tell you, I mean, as a new councilman who really doesn't know what the heck he's doing sometimes, and I'll freely admit that, I've had to go to her. Well, I go to her every week, every Monday morning. I have a standing meeting with her at 10 o'clock in the morning to go over either issues on the agenda or just other items that I have questions about. And I've never had anything but professional advice from her, and I've had reliable information from her. And she doesn't tell me how to vote. All she does is give me the information, and a lot of times she'll give me both sides of an issue, and I make my own decision. So I guess I'm a little bit caught off guard here as to why this is being brought before us tonight. And like I said, I've only been here for less than 4 months, so maybe there's something going on here that I don't know about. But I'd welcome anybody to enlighten me so that I know why we're doing this, and I can help. It'll help me decide how I'm going to vote.
Thank you, Mr. Oberdeer. Mr. Marler.
Thank you, Mayor. First off, I've been through 5 city managers, one of them twice. Destin has got a reputation, and I'm not going to argue that point, but Destin has a reputation of not being able to hold on to a city manager. It's very hard to get one when, as many times as people have been left here. I was caught off guard with this also, and I do not like the way it's being done. The problem that I see is that we hired everybody on this council, with the exception of Mr. Oberdeer and the mayor, were here when we hired Mr. Casella, we fired Mr. Casella, we hired Ms. LeJeune. What has she done that's wrong except do her job? She has stated many times that she follows the will of the council. If we make an ordinance, she follows it. I have said this over and over again until my face is blue, and the attorneys can tell me yes or no. We, as a body of council, are legislative, not administrative. When this charter was approved and we became a city, it said a city council, city manager form of government. We are legislative. We make the policies. We expect our city manager to implement those policies. We've had attacks on staff members because everybody thinks the staff is trying to go against things. The staff is doing their job. The staff has to follow the rules and regulations of the state and the United States and the rest of the country on certain matters. If you don't like a particular ordinance or something we have done, we have the power to change it. It's harder to change it from previous council, which apparently everybody seems to think previous council members have tried to do things the wrong way, and we're not. If we are doing the proper things and we give her the proper direction, she takes those proper directions. We've had some cases, and the thing that really upsets me right now is that Mr. Dixon made a motion at the last council meeting, or at the special meeting, I believe it was, or at the last council meeting, that the mayor, the city manager, the city attorneys would sit down and talk and see what we could come up with. That hadn't happened, and all of a sudden now, at least to my knowledge, that hadn't happened, and all of a sudden now, y'all are asking for her resignation. So to me, it's like, what has she done so wrong except do her job? I really want an explanation. This is something that I want some real explanations before I could vote yes or no. And the citizens, as they are out there, the citizens want to know too. I think we're doing this the wrong way. I think there should be some checks and balances here, because I don't want to go through another city manager. I've been through enough of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Marler. Mr. Dixon.
I'm just going to say that This is very difficult. I do not like the way this went down, and I will not support this tonight.
Well, I don't have any little red lights, so I'm going to make a statement. I don't approve of any of this. I don't approve of the way that's went down. I don't approve the fact that we have our clerk trying to put contracts together to give to the public so they can weigh in or even have an idea what's going on. I really question how something like this transpire. I don't know if the city attorney's allowed to poll council members to come up with a plan like this. I don't know. We're not supposed to communicate with each other. I don't think this would be taking place if something wasn't communicated, because nobody would probably do this if they didn't think they had the 4 votes necessary to make it happen. I don't blame Ms. LeJeune, seeing how she feels like certain members of this council don't have confidence or capabilities, and she doesn't want her name dragged through the mud. But, and I apologize, Carisse, but I want some justification for this. And if it means things get a little muddy, then they get a little bit muddy, because there's right ways to do business and there's wrong ways. I think since I've become mayor, I've made it really clear that I just tried to, my goal is to make this place a better place to do business, a better place for the community to have a say in the public process. And we got problems. Ain't none of us on this council got it all together. The staff doesn't, the city doesn't. And my approach to things is to say, we got a problem, here's the problem. And that doesn't matter if it's between people, or if it doesn't mean if it is due to a lack of procedure or a lack of systematic management. But my goal after that is to identify the problem, bring the parties together to try to resolve those problems, and then come up with a solution. Because now all of a sudden, this is not just about doing what's best for the city of Destin to make it run efficiently. Now we're talking about people's livelihoods and their families and stuff like that. And I don't think there's been any attempt outside of the personal vendetta that apparently I'm not aware of to get rid of Ms. LeJeune. I'm a new guy, so I got the same story Skip does. My only interaction's been with the city manager on trying to learn how to be a mayor. She's been nothing but accurate, professional. We've had discussions where she looked me right in the eye and said, no, you can't do that. It violates Florida statute. I don't mind being told no when it's going to preserve my butt when I'm an elected official. So I just think this looks bad for the city of Destin. The people that want to see her go, I guess you're going to have your opportunity to vote because a motion's been made. But and I just hope that however it plays out, that somehow we can overcome this, because I know this isn't good for our community. It damn sure is not good for the city staff. And after we get done discussing, I actually think we ought to let some of the people hearing this in to say, if you just give us time, I got a couple of people that want to talk.